Hi, my name's Brooke, and today I'm going to talk about one of Van Gogh's most beautiful and emotional paintings, Starry Night over the Rhone. Most people know his later painting, Starry Night, the one with the swirling sky, but Starry Night over the Rhone was painted a year earlier in 1888. It shows a quieter and more peaceful side of Van Gogh. He painted it while living in a town called Arles in the south of France. At that time, he was full of ideas and energy. He'd just moved into what he'd called the Yellow House, where he dreamed of starting a community for artists. One evening, while walking by the Rhone River, he saw the city lights reflecting in the water under the sky, full of stars, and that moment inspired this painting. When Van Gogh made this painting, he was going through one of the most creative periods in his life. He hadn't yet gone through the mental struggles that came later, so this was a time of excitement and hope. He wrote letters to his brother Theo about how much he loved this painting at night. In one letter, he said, "It often seems to me that night is even more richly coloured than the day." That's exactly what this painting shows. He wanted to prove that night wasn't just black and grey. To him, the night was alive with colour, warmth and feeling. He was also inspired by the bright electric lights that had just been installed in Arles. They were new at the time, and seeing them shine across the dark water must have felt magical. So, in this painting, you can see how he brings together the stars and human light, the city lights, in one glowing scene. There were a few big influences behind this painting. First, the Impressionists in Paris, artists like Monet and Starry, who taught Van Gogh about painting light and colour. While Impressionists painted what they saw, Van Gogh wanted to paint what he felt. He once said, "Instead of trying to reproduce exactly what I have before my eyes, I use colour more to express myself." Another influence was Japanese art, especially the woodblock prints that he collected. You can see the influence in the simple composition, the clear outlines, and the calm feeling of the scene. Finally, there's Van Gogh's own spiritual view of nature. He saw the stars as symbols of hope and eternity. To him, night sky wasn't scary, it was full of meaning. In Starry Night over the Rhone, he connects the stars above with reflections below as heaven and earth are shining together. Now, let's talk about how Van Gogh actually painted it. The first thing you notice is the colour. The whole painting glows with deep and bright blues and golds. Van Gogh loved using opposite or complementary colours, like blue and orange or yellow and purple, to make the image seem alive. The blue of the water makes the yellow lights look even warmer, and together they create a sense of calm and warmth. Next is his brushwork. Van Gogh didn't use smooth lines. His brushstrokes are thick and bold. The stars are made with small circular strokes that seem to shimmer with reflections in the water, are painted with short vertical dashes, which makes it look like the surface is gently rippling. If you look closely, you'll also see two small figures. A man and a woman walking by the river. They're tiny, but they make the painting feel more human instead of being just a landscape. It becomes a moment shared between two people under the stars. Van Gogh actually tried painting outside at night. He attached candles to his hat so he could see the canvas in the dark. It shows how determined he was to capture the real colours and feelings of the night. So, why is Starry Night over the Rhone so important? It was one of the first paintings where Van Gogh truly captured his emotional connection to the night sky. something he would have taken further in his more famous Starry Night. It shows his belief that art isn't just about copying what you see, but expressing what we feel. Through colour, light and movement, he created not just a picture of the Rhone River, but a feeling, the quiet, magical beauty of standing by the water under the stars. Even more than 130 years later, this painting still reminds us that the world around us, even at night, can be full of warmth, hope and wonder. So next time you look at the stars, maybe think of Van Gogh painting by candlelight, trying to capture the same sense of beauty and peace.